What's up, guys? The 8K47s here. I'm actually going to move this back for you. Alrighty. Hopefully you got a little bit better view of it now. Maybe if I push this down a little bit. I ghetto rigged my camera, so sorry if it's off. I'm not sure if it will be or not. But anyway, so time is here for the reveal, review, whatever of my tires. And I'm not talking about the Dunlop Q2. I'm talking about the actual green that you see there that everyone was like, what did you do, Matt? What did you do? So first off, it is not nail polish, and it is not colored rubber, okay? So if I do a burnout, it will not be green smoke. It is not nail polish, so you can't just go buy it at any store or anything like that. So, because I've had people ask me both those questions. So, this is what it is.
Alright guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but this is what I'm talking about here. TirePenz, TirePenz. It is TirePenz.com. So anyway, so here you can see the red color right there and the yellow color right there. You can see them both on the bikes. And then here are the pens here. So we got Blazing Orange, Cobalt Blue, Fire Red, Hyper Green, Poppin' Pink, Sleek Silver, Titanium White, Vivid Yellow, and Exotic Purple. So they have orange, blue, red, green, pink, silver, white, yellow, and purple. Okay? They're all $19.95 for the pen kit. And then for your touch-up pens, they are $12.95 each. So here's what they look like whenever you're actually riding, okay? They look solid colors. Alright? Especially if your treads overlap the center like that, like theirs do, your entire tire will be a solid color, just like that. Alright? So that's what they look like. Mine do not go all the way into the center, so mine have more two solid stripes. But yeah, so that's TirePenz, guys. Back to the video in just a second. All you need to do in order to get these pens, or these pen kits right here, for $5 off, I got you guys a $5 off coupon. All you need to do is pick whatever one you want. Alright, so let's just do the Hyper Green, because we're Kawasaki, right? That's all you gotta do. Now, all you gotta do, add to cart. Boom. Then you got to do checkout. Alright. Then you get to right here, right? So you got your one pen kit Hyper Green $19.95, right? Go into the coupon code area right there. Alrighty. Then all you have to do is type FIVEOFF 5 off. And don't make it 2 words. It's 1 word. Alright? Hit apply. Now, look what happens. $5 off coupon. So now your total is $14.95. Alrighty? So, I got you guys a $5 off coupon to go get some of these. Alright? All you need is $15 and a little bit of will to spend your few hours going outside to do your little detail work on your tires here. Alright? If you're willing to do that, we can start a new motorcycle trend together, you know, all that kind of good stuff. It is well worth it. I get a lot of compliments on it so far, and I've only had it for like a week. So, yeah, guys, here is the installation video and the review. So, peace.
Alright, guys. So this is what they are. Ready? TirePenz. Alright. This is the red one. This is the green one. So I got the red one for my friend, the Boss Eye, and the green one is obviously for me, which is what I used for my tires. Now, in the kit, you get the little pop-up tab here. Pull the cap off. And inside, you get 3 things. Well, actually, you get 4 things. The first thing is a brush. It's a very nice brush. It's really sturdy wood feeling. And then you get these really strong bristles on the end of it, almost like you would for like a grill brush, like a brush for a barbecue grill. That's kind of what it feels like. If you look at those right there, you can see if I do that, you know, what they look like. But so you get that, and then you get 2 tubes. Actually, you get instructions as well. So here are the instructions, you know, right there. I'm not sure how well you can see those, but here are the 2 pens you get. The first one, so you got one that's colored and one that's not colored. The one that's black and white is a primer, okay? And the one that's green, or whatever color you got, is the paint. Alright? So, what you want to do is take the primer pen, and obviously you can hear them shaking, like they're like the paint pens, right? So if you shake them, they have like the little balls inside that go up and down and mix up the paint and everything, like when you do that. So what you want to do is shake them up. Obviously, shake the primer one up first. It takes a long time to install if you do it right. If you do it wrong, it'll still look as good, and it'll take you a lot less time, but it'll come off in the first like ride or two. Okay, you got to install the primer first. You have to let it dry. You have to install it correctly, and then you have to do the paint correctly and let it dry. So for me, no joke, and I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this kind of stuff, so it took me a long time. It took me from 9 o'clock at night until 3 a.m. the next morning. So it took me 6 hours straight. So this is what you have to do. First thing, and I'll try to get up here and show you on one of my tires, actually, because I need a little bit of touching up. Not much, and I'll explain why I need touching up in a second here. Now, I'm not going to actually do all the steps because I already have primer and paint in there already, but I'm going to walk you through it just so you guys know how to install it. All right. First, what you want to do is you want to take your wooden brush here, and you want to get the bristles all the way down inside your tread. So, what you would do is you take your brush and stick it all the way in there like put a bunch of force behind the brush, scrub back and forth, get all the dirt out of there and everything. When you're done with that, you want to take your primer pen, all right, your clear black and white primer pen. You want to shake that up. You want to go in like this. You can see the tip of mine is black. Shut up. The tip of my pen is black. It comes out clear normally, but whenever you rub it in the tire, clear and black don't mix, so black gets on the tip of it, but it comes out clear anyway. What you want to do is you want to push down on the tip, right? You want to push down the tip until the tip goes into the pen, and then what happens is the primer will come rushing out of the pen. Now, when I say it will come rushing out of the pen, I literally mean it will come rushing out of the pen. Like, it will come out like a freaking waterfall, okay? So, you really only need to do like that, okay? And then the primer stuff will run down the tread of the tire, all right? And then what you want to do is don't press down anymore, but you just want to slide it up and down the tread to get the primer evenly spaced out in the tread, okay? Make sure there's no huge glops of primer. If there's huge glops of primer, then what you want to do is you want to take your pen and try to scoop it out as best as possible, and then immediately go to another piece of tread and just start doing that one with the leftover primer, okay? You don't have to do the push down on every single tread, because you will have excess primer in at least some of your treads. So, okay? So that's the second thing you do. You want to take your primer, go through it, push down, spread it evenly. If there's excess, scoop it up and move it to a different tread. Now, once you do that for your entire tire, and by the way, I really, really, really highly recommend that you have a rear stand and a front stand for this. If you don't, it's okay, but it just makes your job a lot easier if you have stands. Otherwise, all you have to do is just do your primer on your tread and then roll the bike. And then do the primer on that tread and then roll the bike. And then do the primer on that tread and then roll the bike, okay? So it just gets really tiring, and you need a lot of space for that, obviously. Or you can find some way to pick up your bike and move the tire and put the bike back down or something. But anyway, on to the next thing. So, after you got your entire tire primed, you want to let that dry. You want to let the tire primer dry, which is part of the reason why it takes you so long, because you have to let everything dry first. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes, I think it says on their instructions here. I think it says 10-15 minutes. But, you know, I'm obviously a perfectionist, so I like to let it dry longer. I let it dry about 20 to 25 minutes. And the key thing when you're doing the primer is if you're going to do the sides, like the side walls of the tread itself, then make sure you prime the side walls of the tread itself. However, if you do that, it will look fantastic from day one. But after your first ride, all of the paint on the sidewall will crack. And then after a few more rides, it'll all start chipping off and falling off. However, the bottom tread, the tread that's actually on the bottom, the flat part that it's supposed to go on, will be solid. It'll be on there for as long as you want it to be, as long as you primed it right. And then if it's not, they send you plenty of paint in these pens to where you can touch it up as needed. So what you want to do with the paint then is after you're done doing the tires or whatever, what I personally did was I primed my back tire, and then whenever that was done, I went to the front and primed my entire front tire, and then I let those dry. And then by the time you're done with the front tire, your back tire is completely dry. But, you know, I let them both dry. I came out to my back tire, and then I did the paint, and then whenever I was done with the paint on the back tire, I went to the front tire, and I did the paint on the front tire, and then I did a once-over on both tires just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I just filled in a bunch of little gaps, you know. So here's what you got to do. Whenever you get the paint, you might be thinking, okay, well, the primer was a little bit more of a liquid. You can see that the tip of the pen is green this time. As you can see, it's the exact same kind of pen. You might be thinking that the primer was a lot thinner because it was a little bit more like a watered down substance, and you're like, okay, well, the paint's going to be more of a thicker substance, so it won't come out of the pen as fast, right? Wrong. The pen and the primer are the exact same, like, viscosity. If you know what that word means, it means thickness. It is the exact same viscosity of fluid. So if you do, you know, like your little ka-chunk, you know, with the tire pen or whatever, it's going to come out with the paint just as fast. So let me get you an idea here really fast. And I'm actually going to take my camera off this ghetto rig setup here. So sorry, it's going to be a little bit jiggly now, but it's okay. Alrighty, so what you're going to want to do, I can't even see myself. Where the heck am I? Okay, here we go. So here you can see what I'm talking about with the sidewalls. See how the bottom is still perfectly fine, but the sidewall right there is just chipping off right there. So actually, in my recommendations here, I recommend you don't even do the sidewall at all. All you do is prime the very bottom of the tread and then color the very bottom of the tread. And what that'll end up doing is leaving you extra paint in your pen so that you can do like plenty of touch-ups as needed. I haven't even had to do any touch-ups yet. Like you can see, my tire still looks amazing. And that's with almost all of the sidewall of the tire tread paint off. So it still looks fantastic. And I've already gotten a bunch of likes, I guess, for it, and like a bunch of comments on it and everything when I go out. So we'll see if we can do a touch-up one really quick here. Alright, well, I couldn't really find one that I wanted to do that was actually in good lighting. So what I ended up doing was I'm just going to pick one. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to do this one. Now, again, I'm not going to prime it or anything like that because it's already has primer on it. So what we're going to do is just take the green pen and watch how fast this comes out here, guys. There it is. Look at that. It's just dripping down. So all you want to do is just take that, move it around in there, and cover everything up. You know, it's just this simple, right? So you just cover everything up. Try not to get it on the outside of your tread. It's pretty much impossible not to, but, and then whenever, see, I already have a bunch left over even just from that.
So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the top of this one just because I have nowhere else to put it. So just go ahead and fill in the top of this one right here, just like that. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So I'm just showing you guys the process of this, right? So just putting it in there, you know, stuff like that. And then I'll be able to show you here the color of the wet versus the dry paint. So we'll just, you know, go through here and take all this excess stuff and just move it around in there. Keep getting all the excess stuff out. And I am painting the side of my tread right now. I did not prime it. The only reason I'm doing it is simply because I have nowhere else to put it for this video. So that's the only reason. Although I do right here I could put it. Because that's getting a little bit off, but it's okay. Alright, anyway, so that's it right there. Okay? So now you can see here, if I could even see through my camera, here is the wet paint color, and here is the dry paint color. So this middle line right here divides the wet paint color from the dry paint color. So if you can see that, it just darkens up very, very, very slightly. But it's still a perfect match to my bike. As you can see over here, I actually have a crack in my fairing that was black, and I actually touched it up with the paint from this pen, and it matches perfectly. Like if I do this right here, I know it's not meant for, oh crap, paint just came out because I pushed it down a little bit too much. But anyway, you know, I know it's not meant for fairings or anything, but if you just touch it up like that, perfect paint match right there. Anyway, so that is it, guys. And then all you have to do is let that dry. I recommend letting it dry all the way overnight, because if you don't, then you're going to be, well, one, you're going to be eagerly waiting for it to dry, and then you may go out before it's actually dry. And two, if you let it dry overnight, it has, what is that, a long, like at least probably 8 hours to dry. So yeah, and you're not concentrating on it obviously because you're sleeping. So just finishing off touching this up here from that that little touch-up job I just did on the side of my bike there. But anyway, so there you go. And then if you get any paint that's on the actual tire, like this right here, it's your first ride it's coming off, because especially if it's in the middle, the first time it touches the ground it's going to come off, because there's no primer there and it's directly on the road surface. So, but other than that, guys, that is it. That is TirePenz. Like I said previously in the video, they sell for pretty much $20. I think it's $19.95. However, if you use the code 5OFF in the description that I got for you guys, it takes $5 off your order. You get $5 off the $20 kit, so you're getting $20 for 15 bucks. So that's my review on it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope my installation tutorial made sense. Ride safe, look cool, and let's start a new motorcycle trend right here, right now. Thanks, guys. Peace.